Recently, I had a one-to-one session with Esme, who came to one of our NVC courses. She described an interaction with someone she had on a group meeting on Zoom, and she felt very uncomfortable. I wonder if it happened also to you. Did you experience that suddenly you were on a spot in front of the group and you didn't know how to respond? It could be very shocking, or even you go in a frozen state. I explore the 4 choices we have when we hear a difficult message. Hello, I'm Gesine and welcome to NVC Life Hacks. This time we are exploring how to hear a difficult message. First, I would like to connect for the good reasons. Why would we listen to a difficult message? And then, secondly, I will demonstrate the 4 choices we have when we hear a difficult message in the video in the coaching session with Esme. So when we are in this state of maybe fight, flight and freeze, and we have a moment where we take a breath, then we could come down and connect with our needs. These are the good reasons why we want to do things differently. And one reason could be to live in a world where people want to connect and try to meet their needs peacefully. And we do this because we really care for the connection. We really want to go for the connection, compassionate connection, where everyone's needs matter. Now we are here. We are connected with the good reasons why we would listen to a difficult message. And we move on to the one-to-one session with Esme. In the first part of the session, we established the trigger sentence, which was, "It's obvious, isn't it?" Take a look.
Okay, so the situation was that I was on a Zoom call and we were in a group with other people, and then I had this difficult interaction with the one other person in the group. So I asked a question in the group about something I wasn't sure about, and they seemed to quickly respond with words to the kind of effect of, well, it's like this, obviously, in a way that kind of, felt uncomfortable and unpleasant.
Yeah, because it came unexpected. I guess you were surprised and not prepared. So there were openness, and then suddenly this response was going deeper.
Yeah, definitely. It was the surprise of it, but also I think I just don't know how to respond generally when people do that. Like, what's the most helpful thing to do? I think I just basically didn't say anything. Which didn't make me feel good, because it made me feel like I sort of had, I'd quietened down and then wasn't as much part of the group.
So like you got in a frozen reaction. So the eyes are open, but inside you were withdrawn, like blank, and you couldn't engage anymore. Is this how it is?
Yeah, and that's kind of one of my usual responses to kind of any kind of perceived aggression or anything like that.
So there's really the question, when this happened, even unexpected, how can I respond in a way that I still can stay present in the group, or even have a sense I can stay connected with myself and maybe have a conversation or a response which helps to keep the connection. Is this how it is?
Yeah, I'd say that's right.
Next, I demonstrated the 4 choices using the jackal and giraffe ears that Marshall Rosenberg introduced. We have a choice, we have 4 choices how we receive a difficult information or a difficult message from another person. And one is the jackal. Jackal means disconnecting language, life-alienating language. And it's coming more from right and wrong thinking and good and bad, and making evaluations and interpretations. So one way is to hear a message is we have the ears on and they look outwards. And that means I hear the message and I respond in the same way, that I fight back, that I say, oh, you're not in a good mood today, or what happened to you? And I like to do this exercise with you in a minute, just for the moment I demonstrate. So we respond with the same thinking, this person is wrong. Something is wrong with the person.
Mm.
So if I have the ears in this direction, so they show inwards, this is how I think about myself. And this is that I blame and judge myself. Yeah, I'm wrong. The other person is right. It's obvious. And you will notice when you do it, certain kind of feelings will come up. And it's, I guess maybe you notice already, it's not so pleasant, it's uncomfortable if we think in this way.
Yeah, I think I can relate to both of those as well.
So in nonviolent communication, we want to train our muscles or our skills that we listen with ears, which comes more on the level of needs, that we look for the needs. And the first step is, there is a reaction. So we look, okay, I feel something, there's an emotional response. So I feel, for example, frustrated or taken back, or I feel angry. And the next step is, what is behind my feeling? And this could be being seen, or to be valued, or longing for connection and understanding. And when I connect with these needs, then I do self-connection, and it's really to acknowledge what's alive in me. And it helps me to create space, inner space, to listen what's alive in the other person. Because then I can turn my ears outwards and empathize with the person. Are you feeling frustrated because you like ease and flow? And then we can respond what the person is saying, yes or no, and then we have a kind of conversation. But it takes out that we are in charge, that we need to fight back, or we get frozen, or we flight, that we blame ourselves. So it helps us to stay connected with ourselves and others. Then we applied this to Esme's situation and role played. So here is your exercise, and you can choose how you would like to respond. Obviously, it's like this.
You're not being very nice, and that was really unnecessary and really aggressive.
This is jackal ear in.
I'm the problem. This person doesn't like me, and it's my fault.
Giraffe ear in.
That was uncomfortable and painful and makes me feel unsafe. Longing for a feeling of safety and kindness and compassion.
Also consideration. I mean, it's a group situation.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that will be good here. So yeah, to be considered, and I guess, for patience.
And how does it feel like right now in your body?
I think there's some level of vulnerability, but there's also a kind of, it feels a lot softer and kind of smoother and warmer.
Do you have a sense of relaxation, bodily relaxation, like your shoulders go down? Or?
Yeah, I kind of particularly noticed it in my stomach and sort of torso, just that kind of, maybe it was a relaxing kind of, and breathing wise, it kind of just felt a bit more gentle and less kind of constrained.
This is helpful when we notice a shift, the energy shift. This means that we are really connected with our need. Because then when we are connected with our needs, then we have inner space to hear what's alive in the other person. And I wonder if you feel curious when you reach out, what's alive in the other person.
So do you need the time and space to explain how you feel in response to my question.
I go in the role, and what comes up for me is I just explained, and I like to be understood. I just have explained what I wanted to say, and I feel frustrated because I like to be understood. And there's some frustration. I thought I'm clear. What else can I do? Some helplessness. How do you feel now in your body right now?
Yeah, I feel a lot better. Like I kind of could feel like across my chest, it kind of felt like a bit of a melting. I guess it's like a relaxing feeling. And I think not even necessarily from the idea that this conflict could be resolved, but just from, oh, I can do something to try and make this better. I can reach out. And if they say no, then they say no. But it's sort of, I feel like I've got some tools to try and have a good interaction or conversation or relationship.
Well, thank you so much, Esme, for the time. So next time when you come in the situation where someone is making a comment about just what you said, remember the 4 choices. First is blaming the others. Second, blaming yourself. Third, empathize with yourself. What are you longing for? How do you feel, and what are you longing for, your need? And fourth, empathize with the other side. Are you feeling because you need? If you want to learn more or watch more, subscribe for our YouTube channel or come to one of our courses.